Hi guys, So What If? And this is what if Deku was sent to another world. Few things I have to explain. And first of all, thank you for like 191 subscribers. If you hear any clicking or dice in the background for some reason, sorry about that. My mom and dad are playing a game, and yeah, it's just annoying. So, Deku, So Deku is the son of All Might, so he has like a strip or two of blonde hair. He was neglected. He also has a twin. The twin is a male. I don't know what to name him. I'll name him one day. Not soon though, because we won't really be going over him. So yeah. So Deku was always treated badly when he was a kid because he was just quirkless. All Might cared about him, yes, but he didn't have time on his hands since he was the number one hero. Since he was the number one hero, he didn't have time on his hands. So yeah. Make sure this is still recording. Yeah, still recording, cool. So everything happens in canon, but kind of worse. Deku is still kind of a quirk nerd. He's not a huge fanboy since he knows his dad's All Might, because Deku's smart. You gotta remember that, Deku's smart. So, Deku knows that All Might's his father, even though All Might didn't tell him. But after All Might did ask Deku if he wanted his quirk, after All Might showed him that it was his father and stuff like that. So yeah, Deku did train a little bit, but everything happens up in canon. Deku saves Uraraka, the heroes versus villains happen, everything like that. But we go to the USJ. The day that Deku's going to the USJ, everybody's giving him funny looks and stuff like that, except Kirishima, Todoroki, and Aizawa. So, yeah, they get in there and everything happens in canon. The portal opens, everything happens like in canon. Except for when the boat thing happens, Deku had to climb on the boat himself, and Deku explained the plan. They went along with it, for now. And then, once the first part of the plan was in action, Sue just jumped off of, she hopped on to Deku. That sounds bad. But she pretty much used him as, I don't know what to call it. Pretty much kind of a trampoline. So yeah, Deku still gets on the shore and everything like that. So yeah. And Deku sees what happened to Aizawa, and Deku goes in to save him. Except that Shigaraki got Deku, and he said, if anybody moves, I'll kill this kid. And everybody except for Kirishima, Todoroki, Aizawa, of course, because he's knocked out, move. Deku was shocked by this, and, like, is asking, like, why are you doing this, and stuff like that. Shigaraki kind of feels bad for Deku, but Shigaraki pretty much, says Nomu killed the brat, and he doesn't kill him. He pretty much just knocks him out without them knowing. And let's say one of their main villains had a, like, kind of Kurogiri's quirk, but can do other dimensions. So, yeah. So, Deku pretty much got sucked into the world. And he passed out. And in his mindscape, he sees around, like, he sees one person only, just floating there with 9 orbs in the back of him, on the back of him. Deku asked, where is he right now, and stuff like that. And the man says, you're in your mindscape right now, and I won't hurt you. So Deku calms down, of course. So, Deku asks what his name is, and he says his name is Hagoromo, Sage of the Six Paths. And yes, I'm doing this because I can. Deku's not going to be the reincarnation of him, but a little bit different. Make sure I'm still recording. Hope you guys can hear me. I'm trying to be a little bit more quiet because I'm inside my house recording because it snowed today. I tried recording, like, I don't know, around, like, 2 o'clock. Yeah, like, around 2 o'clock. So, yeah. Hagoromo asked, kid, do you want power right now? Because, first of all, Deku doesn't know where he's at, so Deku says, what kind of power? Hagoromo explains. Deku will get the Sharingan and Byakugan. Deku's Mangekyo ability will be Amaterasu, because I was going to give him Kamui, but then I realized I'm making him too overpowered, because he's already going to be overpowered enough just with those 2 things. But, of course, I'm going to give him Chakra. I'm going to give... Deku also has 2 Keka Genkais, which is Ice and Swift Release. I know there's a name for swords. I think it starts with a K or something. I don't remember. But I know there's something saying with swords and stuff like that. He has pretty much the abilities of the Hyuga and Uchiha. he also has some chakra chains. He doesn't have the healing ability though. If I can talk. And his chakra natures are wind, water, and lightning. OP, yes. Do I care? No. So, Deku's passed out right now. His eyes are also changing because he was passed out, which was a good thing, so he wouldn't feel the burning in his eyes. Give me a minute, please. Sorry for the pause. And I don't know why I said please either. I don't know why. So, the world Deku's sent to, / universe, was Danmachi. I don't know if I'm saying that right fully, but Danmachi. Danmachi? Let me look real quick. Yeah, I'm saying it right. So, let me think real quick. A few people were walking around. You know, the people at the pub, pretty much? Yeah, them. Let me look up their names real quick. Let me see. Okay, got a few. Okay, I got the names. So, let's say people at the tavern place were walking around, and Deku is wearing his hero suit, because Deku learned One For All earlier, because Deku is smarter, let's just say. They, see this kid laying. When Deku got transported to this world, One For All vanished, too, back to All Might. All Might could feel this, too, so All Might was like, finally, he's dead. Because, All Might believed he was, the traitor. All Might believed he was a traitor, so, yeah. That's another reason why they hated him. I'm looking through my Google Hangouts right now, and this is just weird. I don't know anymore. Damn, what shit. Yeah, this is weird. Wait, what the? No, don't change my profile picture. I like it. Yeah, so anyway, they take him back to that pub. And Deku's not gonna work there. Deku is not gonna work there one bit. So, Deku has... So, let's say a week later, Deku wakes up because his body needed to get used to the chakra and everything like that. So, and the Sharingan and Byakugan. Deku already has the one Tomoe in for his Sharingan, and he's able to use the Byakugan too. Not to its full extent, like Neji could, pretty much, but because he still has to train it. It's not going to make him that OP that quickly. He needs to train. And yes, I said train. Don't judge me. But let's say, when Deku was in the MHA world, he trained how to use the sword for self-defense purposes. So he already knows how to use a sword. How long have I been recording for? Almost 16 minutes. Okay. I might try to record another part to this tonight. I don't know. But anyway, I'm trying to make this like half an hour, so. So, Deku wakes up after a week of pretty much a coma. And let's say they were, who was that girl? Ryu, if I'm correct. That elf girl. Elf with that like super light green hair. Cause they said, go check up on him, see if he's awake yet, make sure he's still alive. So, Deku woke up and he asked where he was. She said whatever town they were in. I'm not going to try to say it, because I'm going to not say it right at all. I'll try to get it by next video. So, they say the town, and Deku's like, I've never heard of this town before. And let's say, Deku remembered, actually, after like an hour or two after he woke up. And he remembered that there was a guy with a portal quirk, so he probably transported him to another dimension. Deku also could feel the power of One for All gone, but a new power. And also, Hagoromo gave him some scrolls so he could learn jutsus and everything. So, yeah. Give me a minute. Yeah, sorry for the pause there. Thought someone was coming. So, they asked if he was blind in, let's say, his right eye. I'm just making this up. Deku's like, no, why? They gave him a mirror, and Deku could see one white eye and one black eye. Because his eye did that, Sharingan eye turned black. So, yeah. So, Deku, so they told him the town name. Deku's like, I've never heard of this town before. And after an hour or two of waking up, he remembered that there was a quirk that transferred him to a different world. And he was like, oh, that's what it was. So, he was guessing he was not from this world, so because no one here had quirks or anything, so looks like they do. Cat humans, dog humans, all those are normal for them, so Deku, so Deku explains that I don't think he was not from this world. That's what he thinks right now, which is true. He explains his world like, I come from this world where we have these powers called quirks and everything. Because Deku would be very confused right now, so he was like, okay, these are the people who pretty much helped me out, so might as well tell him. So they're like, oh. And they said that makes sense why you were passed out on the ground. So, Deku, so they explained their world and how it works. Deku's getting a good understanding of it because he's Deku and he's smart. So yeah. Deku pretty much, said okay, so you have these things like adventures, gods, goddesses, and stuff like that. Like, yeah. They pretty much explain everything. I'm not gonna explain it. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. So, so they let him pretty much stay there until he finds like a Familia or something, or gets enough money from clearing dungeons out. So yeah. Make sure I'm still recording. I'm still recording. Cool. So, let's say like 3 days have passed. Hagoromo gave him scrolls, so when he in his mindscape, so when he woke up, he could learn pretty much how to control his chakra first. Hagoromo taught him that in his mindscape. So yeah. So Hagoromo gave him a summoning to summon the scrolls, and Deku did. He used the summoning, and he got scrolls for the ice, ice and swift release, Sharingan, water, wind, lightning, Byakugan, all that, so he could learn everything he needs to. Also, let's just say for plot convenience, Deku will have the internal Mangekyo just because I don't want him killing anybody. Now those monsters are fine, but I can't see Deku killing anybody. Deku will know that the monsters aren't alive. They're like mindless beasts. So Deku won't have a hard time killing them. My mind hurts. And I still got school tomorrow. If you could hear that crack, that was my elbow. So, Deku... So after, let's say, a month of doing dungeon... Well, let's say the first day of doing dungeons, he knows how to use a sword, so he, asked if he could borrow a sword. They said, yeah, sure, why not? Deku, of course, trained with it, because he hasn't used a, sword in, like, a few years... Not years, but a few months. Because during the 10 months, he didn't really use a sword at all. Deku more belongs of his chakra natures. He can't really use the ice or swift release yet, but he can use the wind, water, and lightning, but not that well. Good night. Sorry for the pause, my dad came in. So yeah, I had to be quiet a little bit more. So Deku trained with the sword a little bit more, so he could get back in the swing of things with it. So, the first time Deku went to the dungeons, Deku got around 10 to 15 crystals from the first, 1 to 5 floors, so... No, he didn't get that much, but still. So... he trains, and he goes to the dungeons. Trains, dungeon. Of course, eats too. He'd, eat, sleep, train, dungeons, repeat, pretty much. So, Deku pretty much, has been training for around a month now. He has a 2 Tomoe, and he has, 2/4 of the Byakugan. I don't know, I'm just making up random stuff. Deku is able to use a little bit of the ice and swift release. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. I need to look up jutsus for ice and swift release. So yeah. The people at the pub, so, a day or two after Bell pretty much encountered that, what was that thing called? But the thing from the first episode. The eyes, pretty much demolished. So Deku's sitting, just waiting for his food, because Yes, he does pay, but they tell him not to, because first of all, they live there. He lives pretty much there. And, Deku pretty much, Deku, sees Bell, because he's seen him in the dungeons, like, once or twice. And he also saw that, what was her name again? Like, Mia or something? Yeah. That she's given him a whole bunch of food. And the whole incident from the people at the pub, Deku and the people who work there are telling Deku to, join a Familia. It's either one of those two. Deku likes being solo, just because he doesn't know when he's gonna get out of this world, first of all. And he doesn't want to make anyone sad by him leaving. So Deku's like, nah, I don't want to join one. I still don't want to join one. First of all, he likes being solo. And yes, Deku does have stats, I just don't want to do them. So yeah. Deku pretty much, let me think. The Loki Familia heard them talking about, him joining one. And Eyes pretty much came up to him and, well, not Eyes, Loki pretty much came up to him and asked if, he wanted to join. Deku pretty much said, let me think about it. They had this whole complex conversation that I'm not gonna say because I don't want to. I got a, like, cold sore or canker sore inside my mouth, so yeah, it hurts talking right now. It hurts. I've been going on for almost 35 minutes. I gotta almost end this off. I need to look at the arcs again anyway. So, Deku pretty much, sees Bell run off after, Loki leaves and everything. And Deku was like, he's thinking about it, about joining them. Because he sees Eyes, and he thinks she's pretty cute. And yes, that's the ship, because I feel like that would be a good ship. But Bill still has the crush on her, so yeah. So Deku sometimes goes to the dungeon at night, and tonight's one of those nights where he goes to the dungeon at night. He normally sneaks off because he doesn't want Mia seeing him go out, or just sneaking out. Like, the whole staff pretty much see him going out, like sneaking out. So yeah, Deku pretty much just sneaks out of his window most times, using chakra to make him so he could pretty much run faster and everything. And Deku has not learned the chakra chains yet. I just realized that. Deku has not learned them yet. So yeah. Deku, after his late night dungeon thing, he goes to cash him in. He got around 50, because he has a let's say he just got the 3 Tomoe that night, just because I want him to. And his Byakugan is like 3/4 of the way there. He cashes it in and everything. Next day, he goes to the Loki Familiars, and he's gonna say his answer in the next video. But before we go, I want to show you his Eternal Sharingan, Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Give me a minute. Yeah, this is what his Eternal Mangekyo is gonna look like. I think it looks cool. But yeah, this is where I'm going to be ending it. He will say his answer in the next video, which is maybe tonight. I don't know. You guys are lucky if you get another video tonight. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and bye.